teach you. I've already done one row here. It's okay for it to lay flat. At first it will come around like a bracelet when you work on it more. So I'm going to start with the second row with the second row of color on the second row. Okay, so what you want to do is grab one red bead, put it on, so that's laying on top of this here second black bead right there, like that, and then push the first one up on the first red up, go through, pull it tightly, and then you go in and you grab your green and push up your first green and then pop it through like so. See how it's starting to make that little diagonal? It's starting to go diagonal. That's what you want. And get your blue and put it through. So it's laying on top of your second green, and then put it through the blue. Like so. Pull it tight. I'll see how it's starting to rise up, how that's starting to roll up. That's good. And then get your purple, lay it on top of that second blue, and then push up your first purple and pull tight. It's starting to go up the way it's supposed to go. And then you take your black one and set it so it's on top of that one. Here you skip it and you go through the first black bead. And then you continue that whole process all the way around the bracelet. And when you get to the end here, where it has those two beads, and then it'll go up onto the next row. Excuse me. First of all, you pop up that black bead down there, and you put it through. Come on. What the hell? Okay, put it through, and then you put it through this bead, this red bead here that's sticking up, and you pull it tight, and then you're starting on a new row, and see when you pull it up, just kind of twist it in the right direction where it's supposed to go, so all your beads are facing the right direction. And you take a green. Let's get to that second row of reds. You take your green, put it on where it's on top of that red one, and then you put it through that green bead on the top sticking out. Pull. Make sure you keep it tight, but not so tight where it doesn't stretch. And then you get your blue, stick it through the top blue one. And your purple. Stick it through the bead sticking up like that, and pull it tight, but make sure it's still stretchy. You don't pull it so tight that it doesn't stretch. And as you can see, we're not going to have enough string, so what you do, you roll off a length of string. Again, don't make it too terribly long so that it don't get tangled up on you, especially if this is your first time making one of these. Of course, cut it off, and then you take the ends, tie it 3 times, pulling on both sides to make the knot nice and tight, and but I'll do it, and then cut off your little tails close to the knot, and it'll go right through your beads, and you won't be able to tell you did that. When it's all finished, you won't see that, so it'll be under the beads. Okay. And then continuing with your pattern, you go from where you left off to that purple one that was sticking up, and then you grab your black bead, grab a black one, put it on the end of your string, and push it through this black one that's sticking up. Tighten. And so forth and so on until you finish your other row. You finish your rows. You finish this row. You just do the same thing all the way around, keeping it tight so that it stays up, but not so tight so that it doesn't stretch anymore. You want it to be nice and stretchy. I'm just going to finish this all the way around this side, and then I'll show you once again how to go up to the next row when I'm finished with this. just going to finish this all the way around this side. And then I'll show you once again how to go up to the next row when I'm finished with this. At the end of the row again, as you can see. And so what you'll do here, of course, you'll grab, excuse me, you'll grab your red, put it on. Oh, and then you'll something's not right here. Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to do that. And then put it through that red bead that's right next to the black one down there. And go through that. Pull it good and tight. And then you go through your first green bead. And you repeat the process you've been doing all along here into the blue. I'll show you one more time what you're supposed to do after you've gone up. After you've gone up a row, you put your bead on, and then you put it through that first blue bead that's sticking up the highest, like that. And then you pull it tight, and you do all those steps that I showed you all the way around until you get it as tall as you want it, until you get as many rows on as you want. And I'll be back to tell you how to tie it off. We're going to add the last bead, which is blue, and then we're going to tie it off. Do that, and then you go through, you pull up that blue bead and you push that through that and the top purple bead. Pull that all the way through, and this is how I finish it off. I put it through the other, I put it through the purple one again, pull it, and I grab the loop, and you should give it, make sure everything's nice and tight one last time, and then I tie it into a knot, and I do it 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Tie the knot nice and tight. And get your scissors and just cut it off close to your knot. Cut off both of your tails. And then just take where the knot's sticking up, you just take it, you push it behind it so that you can't see it much anymore. You kind of tuck it in there. Yeah. Put it in there with the rest. Or tuck it under that bead and inside the purple one, and you can't even see it. And that is how you make diagonal striped peyote stitch bracelets. Now if you're wondering, why the hell are you telling people how you make things that you sell? Because, for one thing, people don't necessarily buy because they don't know how to make things. They buy things for convenience. And for maybe if they don't know how to make something and they don't want to learn and they just want something convenient, already made. That's why I do that. And also, there's like 1,000,010 other resources and methods on floating around the internet that teach you how to make these. This is just how I make them. Thought I'd share it with you. And it's nice and pretty. This one is also is Kiss inspired. I have another one that was Kiss inspired. It's on my TikTok, which is Sweet Cheetah 86. This is Kiss inspired because every member of Kiss has a color associated with them. It was supposed to be like their aura or something. Purple is for Paul Stanley, the Star Child. Blue is for the Space Ace, Ace Frehley. Green is for the Catman. Peter Criss, well now, Eric Singer, but I'm talking about original members of Kiss. Not Thayer and Singer, whatever. And red for the Demon, Gene Simmons, and black because, well, it just looks really cool with the black in it. So yes, this is another Kiss inspired thing. I'm a big Kiss fan. This way. Boom. Cute. This piece is going to be available on my Facebook group for selling jewelry and things. Excuse me. Which is called Cosmic Bethy. It's a group on Facebook. It's open to everybody. It's public. And you don't have to answer any dumbass questions to get in. I mean, it's all inclusive. All that I ask is that you don't post selling your stuff because that's for my business. Anywho, I also have a business Instagram where I list the same things on there. I just use Instagram as a platform for wider reach. It's at Cosmic Bethy 86. There will be links in the description, or my @ will be in the description. My shop will be in the description. Everything like that. Thank you for watching, and remember to support small businesses. And if you haven't listened to Kiss yet, you need to. An album that I think would be a great start for you, besides the first self-titled one, would be Destroyer, which came out in 1976. And it's just a solid, great album by Kiss. And that's with the original members. If you want to hear a couple of other ones that aren't with the original members, there's some other ones that I suggest are Creatures of the Night, Revenge, and then they get back to the original lineup with Psycho Circus, of course. So, and another one is Harder Than Hell, and Love Gun. And most of them are pretty good. One album that I won't recommend is Sonic Boom, or anything thereafter, because I personally don't like it, so I can't endorse something I don't like. And there's a lot of, like, fucking controversy between Gene and Paul and Ace and Peter and all that shit. I'm not getting into that. I just think that there were some things that were done that were really unfair, and I don't support them anymore because Gene and Paul really rubbed me the wrong way in those situations, and I'm not going to get into it. Let's not fight, Let's just be cool to each other and maybe agree to disagree. Let's not argue and fight and bitch and complain and make each other miserable. All right? See you later. Bye.